and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, today I will be creating 2 makeup looks for you guys and also showing you guys how I create my everyday crazy bun and churritos like this. But if you guys want to see how I create this back to school makeup look right here, then please just keep on watching. Alright, so first I start off by just combing my hair, make sure there's no knots or anything. Then I pull it back and I'm going to take 2 little strings of hair, make sure they're a little thick and make sure you even them, you part it from the middle so that way you can get these 2 little strings of hair, and then pull up your hair. You can do it with your fingers or with the brush, whatever you prefer, and you can also leave it like a ponytail like this if you like, but I prefer my bun. So all I'm gonna do is wrap it around my finger and just form a little like churro with it with the rubber band, tighten it so it's tight enough. And then once you do that, go ahead and start like spreading it, opening it up a little bit, form it the way you like and shape it. And then with the wand, I'm going to go ahead and curl my little strings of hair, hold them there for about 10 seconds or so. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, not very long, just enough to give them a little wave. And then with my fingers, I'm going to go ahead and kind of like brush through it and stuff like that, so it gives them that little texture. And then I pull out 2 little hairs from the back so it gives you a little fuller look. And I'm going to go ahead and curl these as well. This is going to help look a little bit more curly, and it looks like, I have natural little curls from my baby hairs. And then there we go. That is my finished look for you guys. Let's get into the makeup now. I'm still very sick, so my voice is going to be coming in and out, and you'll see me drinking some water just to help everything go down smoother. So let's go ahead and show you guys the first. Whatever look you're doing, make sure you moisturize your face. I already moisturized with my Pond's, so I'm going to go ahead and use my primer right here. This is all drugstore, so just so you guys know. So you guys know if you're on a budget and you gotta save and you still want to look beautiful for school. So this is my Master Prime Hydrating and Boost Primer. You guys have seen me talk about this. This is a great hydrating primer, kind of right now. It is more of a thick formula, but that's going to hydrate your skin really, really nicely and put it on the areas that you need more help with. So like my forehead or my T-zone. That's usually where I feel that I get a little bit more dry. So, if you're walking out the door, moisturizer would just be fine. You don't have to put primer, but, I do still like to put a little extra to help my skin. My brows, honestly, if I'm running so quickly out the door, I won't do them. I just pluck them so they're kind of decent looking, but I'll just comb through them, make sure they're not too crazy. And if you're the type of girl like you have to have your brows done, I will show you in the other look how to accomplish that without having to use so much products and very difficult. My Brow Precise from Maybelline, you guys know how much I love this. So this is just going to set my eyebrows. It has a light tint to it, so it's going to give us a little bit of color, but also it's going to help your brows stay in shape, because it's like a gel formula, so it's going to keep them in the position you give them, if you want them a little more fluffy, however you want. This is a good step to just go through your brows. This is usually all I do if I have to go really quickly or I don't feel like doing my brows. And you guys can see my brows aren't very nicely shaped, but I still like to do this. I don't always like to have to go full on brows and everything. I use this first, and that's all I'm going to do my brows. The next step we're going to do is I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. You guys know this is great, and it's going to cover any discoloration, any dark circles, anything. So I just take like about 2 drops like this, or 3 little dots like this. And here I'm going to take my finger, my ring finger, and we're going to slightly blend this out. I take my ring finger because your under eye is so sensitive, you don't need to put a lot of pressure, and with your ring finger you're going to have the least control, so you're not going to add a lot of pressure to your under eye. So this is just slightly to cover up my under eyes that are very need a lot of help, so that everything's blended nicely with a really soft hand, remember. So that's all I'm going to do there. And the next step, which is my favorite, any powder you love, Make sure it does have a tint to it though. That's what's going to give you your coverage. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 20 light medium. I love this stuff. It's amazing. I rave about this all the time, and this is all that we're going to put on our face. I take what's on the cap and I add that on my forehead. So you are going to add a few layers of this. You know, if you're going really quickly, powder is the way to go because it's just so quickly. It is a little messy, so that's why I do have the primer on the bottom to make sure it still sticks onto it. So as you can see, it gives you not a lot of coverage, but just evens out your skin tone, which is what you want. You know, and make sure you put some under eye where you put cream, anywhere like that. And this is seriously so fast. Like, I'm talking through this video and I do have to multitask, but if this is all I'm doing, I am so quick at this. What I'm gonna do is, this is all I add. I usually just add blush and a little bit of bronzer. Those are our next steps and we're done. Usually what I like to do is I'll open up both of them and I'll have them side by side. And what I do is I take an angle brush like this and I get my contour and my blush and I mix those together. So I contour and I got a little blush in there at the same time. You know, so it still gives you that little warmth to you, but blush just makes you look a lot more healthy and a lot more, you know, like you got a little bit of color into you. Top it off, I'm just going to take like a fluffy brush like this, and I like to take my blush and kind of just smooth it around my eyes. And that's just going to give you a little bit of color. Not a lot, just a little bit. It looks like you got some type of shadow on. And now we're going to go ahead and set the face. Whatever rush you're in, make sure you set your face, because I have powder on and if I sweat it's going to come off or it's going to start patching off. You know, obviously you're wearing powder, so it's not going to last as long. And it's beautiful when you set it, because instead of just fading all away, it's going to slowly like melt into your skin, and it's just going to look so much lighter than if you just weren't wearing any makeup. What I like to do is curl my lashes. And this is all I do to them. This is super fast, super easy, and it's just so quick. Like, I literally, like I said, I'm talking to the video, so it takes me a little bit longer, but this is a super fast makeup look just to kind of get something on your face and go, but it's still gonna make you look alive and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and I will show you guys my next a little bit more glam in-depth makeup look. Okay, so I took off my makeup and now we're gonna go ahead and go into the more glam, kind of more full face look. So we're gonna go first and prime. This is the Maybelline Blur and Illuminate. This is going to give you a little bit of, you know, glow. Since we're not going to put a lot of stuff on our face, this is going to give you that little shine that you need, and it's going to blur anything, you know, out, and it's going to also hydrate your skin. Like, this is a very smooth, creamy primer. It's also drugstore, so I love this one very much. It just makes you so much more shiny. Look at that. There's so many foundations out there, and there's a lot of full coverage. There's a lot of tinted moisturizers, you know, anything like that. This foundation, this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I love this stuff. Foundation, you can layer it so you can have many coverage. So if you do one layer, it's going to be like kind of sheer, but if you add a second layer, it's going to look a little bit more full coverage. So let me go ahead and blend this first layer, and you'll see, you can still see my beauty marks. You can still see, you know, like my discoloration and things like that. And go ahead and take this onto your eyelids, because we're not going to put a lot of concealer on there or anything. So you just want to first even out all your face, and then you can go ahead and, you know, put concealer or anything, little extra stuff like that. So make sure to take it down your neck. I love how this foundation wears. It's so blendable. It's so lightweight. Very pretty. I have some on my hand, so I'm gonna take a little bit with my fingers again, go on the places I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, and that is where we're gonna put a little bit more. Because like I said, if you put like a little bit more, it's not gonna cake up or anything like that. You know, there's some foundation, if you put a little bit more, it starts to like come apart or it starts to look like too much, but this looks amazing. Going with my Maybelline concealer, again, just a few dots. You don't need too much. And if I have a little extra time, what I actually like to do is I like to blend this out with a like fluffy kind of brush, just to give it a little bit more coverage. I'm going to set my face a little bit more coverage. I'm going to go in with the Fit Me, and I'm going to go all over my face with this. So this is going to give you that extra little coverage that, you know, the foundation kind of didn't, and it's going to set your face as well. More time, I'm going to go ahead and take my Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to contour and bronze a little bit. So take this on the cheeks, you know, make that little line so it does look like you have a little bit of contour, but then bring it up so it looks like a little bronzer. This is just going to give you a little bit more color, and you can bring it up to your forehead, anywhere you like that. Everything very lightly, very quickly. And then again, take a little bit of my blush, very little, and blend that in with the bronzer. Just gives you like a healthy look, blush, you know. If you have very rosy cheeks already, then you don't need this. And just very little highlight, not a lot. If you like a light, then go ahead, but honestly, like if it's just every day, I prefer not to put a lot of highlights so it doesn't look too like overpowering. I'm going to take a very fluffy brush, just very lightly take a little bit, so it's not very precise and it's just a little shine. You guys can see, not precise, so that's why a fluffy brush is just going to kind of smear it. It's not going to put it just on that area that I first placed it at. So we got everything on the face. Now we're going to lock it with our setting spray. My brows, I honestly don't do much to them, especially if I'm such in a hurry. I like to take a pencil like this. This is the CoverGirl in dark brown, I believe, rich brown. There we go. And I just comb through them first. And we're not going to do much to them. I like this one because it's so precise, it's so small. We're just gonna fill in like these sparse areas where I feel like I have little hair missing or anything like that. We're not gonna fill in them completely. So just a very light hand, shape it a little. But the lighter you're going with your pencil, like the more feathery it's gonna look. So I'm just gonna go on top here a little. Very lightly up here. And then to top it off, I'll go again with the Brow Precise from Maybelline. I'm using a lot of Maybelline products. And we're going to set. Again, even though we didn't do much of the brows, we still set them in place. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take first my bronzer, fluffy brush. I'm going to dip that, and I'm going to put that first as like our transition shade. Same bronzer. Just to give us a little bit of dimension. And then you can take a little bit of your blush, I can open it again, and put that over the lid and mix it into the bronzer. So that'll just give you a little bit more dimension and color into your eyelids, but you know, it's not very precise or anything. A little bit more time. Going to curl my lashes. My L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise Mascara. It is waterproof. Like I've mentioned before, all my mascaras are waterproof, but if you don't want to use waterproof, there is a regular one. So just very quickly, I'm not going to go into too much depth with my eyelashes. Just coat them a little bit, you know, to give that opening to your eye and a little bit of dimension. Whatever it is though, if you are in a hurry, make sure you're still being neat, because if you're in a hurry and you make a mess, it's just gonna take you longer to have to clean it up. So hurry, but neatly. Your lips, you know, you're gonna be eating throughout the day and it's gonna wear off. So I like to choose a color that's very neutral, a color that's even close as possible to your lips color. And this is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in the shade Berry Healthy. And I love this formula. I love how it smells. And it's just a very like plummy color. Alright you guys, so this is my finished look with the lipstick. Like I said, you could go with anything as close as possible as your lip colors. You can use chapstick, what is that other little yellow one? I forgot what it's called. Well, I use Vaseline, but the other one, Carmex or something like that. Whatever, you know, just to kind of give you a little bit color, but not like a super dark color, because it's going to fade away, then it's going to start cracking and anything like that. So you have such a natural look, you know, everything to kind of just be natural together. And I did show you guys how I complete my like super duper fast one previously, and this hairdo super fast. It is a messy bun, so it's not supposed to be very technical like sleek or anything like that, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up for more videos like this. And I am very sorry I have not uploaded in a while. Like I said, I've been sick, but I am trying to come back for it. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.